Good morning everyone. A recap of the scientific management. Now scientific management was the theory which was given by F.W. Taylor, which is known as a classical school of management, right. There are mainly two streams. One was scientific management, the classical school, and the second one is Fayol's administrative theory. Now Taylor advocated one best method of getting the work done. So he wanted to study the conditions at the factory level or at the grassroots level, and he was one of the intellectual leader who focused on during the industrial revolution on mass production. He said that production can be increased by adopting scientific methods, that is getting the work done by one best method. So he advocated a perfect system of factory production. He said that entire work should be scientifically analyzed and then one best method should be adopted. For this, certain techniques have been given by him, and he said that certain there should be, secondly, first one was one best method of getting the work done. Second was there should be cooperation between the management and the workers, because this will give the best results. Because of partnership between the management and the workers, output will be maximum, quality will be maximum, and conflict will be minimum. The manager should be trained and qualified, right, and cooperative and innovative workforce should be there on the other side. Now in scientific management, he was the first one to introduce the piece rate wage system, and he said that there should be proper distribution of authority and responsibility between the managers and the workers. So for this he gave certain principles of scientific management. He said that factory system, in the factory the managers should not rely on personal judgment, neither on rule of thumb nor hit and trial approach. They should know exactly what work is to be done and why it is to be done and how it is to be done. And by scientifically analyzing all these, there should be a proper solution to all those problems, and anticipate certain problems, and solutions or conclusions should be drawn in advance, and based on that one best method should be adopted. Okay. So then he said that when best method will be there, we will be able to get the work done effectively and efficiently, right, efficiently in less time, efficiently with minimum cost, and effectively means with in less time. There should be the business must use standardized tools and methods and trained personnel. तो standard tools होने चाहिए, trained personnel होने चाहिए. Reason being, if they personnel is trained, they will definitely work towards improving the quality of the product and towards minimizing the cost and the waste. So scientific management, the definition that can be quoted is knowing exactly what you want your men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and the cheapest possible way. The first principle of management, science not rule of thumb, states that there should be one best method of getting the work done in order to maximize the efficiency. How this can be developed? It can be developed through study and analysis. That is, it will involve investigation into the traditional methods. First we will see what were the traditional methods were used, then develop certain new or innovative practices, and a blend of the two can be formed with the best possible practices. जो भी traditional में best है plus जो नई में best है, and then unifying the best practices and coming out with one standard method or one standard practice. And this will result in tremendous saving of human energy. जब वर्कर्स को पता होगा exactly what they are supposed to do and how they are supposed to do, then there will be no conflict, there will be no chaos. So, even the most sophisticated processes can be solved, can be done with ease, and will result definitely in great savings. Second principle he gave was harmony, not discord. In case of harmony, not discord, he said that workers and the managers must work in cooperation with each other. They should help each other. There should be complete harmony between them. They both should realize the importance of each other. They should know that they both are important for each other. For this, he called for mental revolution. Mental revolution means transformation in the thinking that if the trade unions go on strike, it will result in loss to both management as well as the workers. So, management should also share, but at the same time management should also share the profits. जो भी profits होते हैं, surplus जो होता है with the workers, and make sure that they all work as a family. They both should work for the prosperity of each other. Japanese work culture is an example where when they want to go to strike, they wear black badges and they work for more hours, telling the managers that if you listen to us, we can even work for more. The third principle is cooperation, not individualism. It is an extension of the second principle, that is harmony, not discord. So, competition should be replaced by cooperation, and they both need to realize the importance of each other. The managers should be open to constructive suggestions, and if the suggestion results in some profit, in that case the profit should be the person who gives this constructive suggestion should be rewarded for that. Okay. And even the workers should desist from going on unreasonable strikes. They should both be open to communication. There should be open communication between the two, right? A free communication so that best results can be obtained. There should be proper division of work and responsibility between the workers. The managers should encourage the workers to get the maximum output and smooth working. Development of each and every person to his greatest efficiency. First of all, the workers should be selected in a scientific manner. Okay, and they should be assigned work according to their physical, mental and intellectual capabilities, and if required, training should be given. So, this will ensure prosperity and efficiency for both. Thank you.